Oh, I need something to put this in.
Don't.
Oh my God. Hey, welcome back to Dad Bod Basics. Today we're doing a super simple pico de gallo. Let me show you how to do it. I have everything I need right here. I've got a little salt and pepper, some cilantro that we took off the stems. I actually took all the stems out of this one and chopped it up. It's a bit of a rough chop, but it's good enough for this application. So I have my little bowl there. I've got one chode jalapeno, just a small guy. We're gonna be taking the seeds out of there because we don't like anything too spicy around here. So we'll be taking the seeds out of that. I have this amazing heirloom tomato. Look at that thing. I love the looks of that. That's gonna be amazing. And then this beautiful red onion. Let's get started. I'm gonna start with the tomato. Have a bowl handy. I'm gonna slice right down the middle here. And you'll see all that wonderful tomato flesh in there. Just get this little stem out of there on both sides so you don't have that in your pico anywhere. Once we have that stem out of there, let's go ahead and slice this down. You can do this in a million different ways. I just like to slice it like that. Then lengthwise. Try to keep them standing. Really sharp knife helps with this. Turn it the other way. Watch your fingers. All right. Just go ahead and put this in our bowl. And I'm just going to continue doing this until the entire tomato is in the bowl. Next step, we have our red onion here. I'm going to cut this in half, root to stem, just like that. And go ahead and take off the paper layer, that first layer, extremely easily. Oh, so fucking easily. There we go. Okay, so once I had cut it in half, I cut it in half again, and you can see this is the root end. The stem would be on the other side. Now I have it up like this. Now what you want to do, go ahead and cut into it like this. This is just to make little dices. Okay, once you have that like that, go ahead and cut down here. You're going to see that it turns into a small dice. All right, so that's about a quarter of that really large onion. I don't think I'm gonna wanna add too much more than this for now. I wanna mix this in and see how the ratio is. So I did the whole tomato, but really the tomato is the star of the show here and the onion is its dance partner. That makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense. That's a good metaphor.
I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. Let's take a look at the ratio in here. Yeah, we might use a little bit more onion than that. Let's do the other half. All right, so now that we have our tomatoes and our red onions cut up, you can also use yellow, white onions, whatever you want to use. Everybody's got a different style. We have this heirloom tomato on hand, so I'm using that. Make sure you have a firm, ripe, red tomato. That's all that really calls for the pico. I took my jalapeno here, the little chode, and I took the pith and the seeds out of it, and now I'm just going to be slicing this up, doing a fine dice on it. And as you can see, I'm chopping these down extra small. I want these just to get integrated into the whole mix. I don't want any major jalapeno bites. I just want it kind of as a flavor in there. Not kind of, I just want the flavor of it in there. I don't want the primary taste to be jalapeno. All right, last but not least, we're gonna add some cilantro in here. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of cilantro that I already chopped up, did a rough chop on it. I'm gonna be adding about that much, maybe a tablespoon or two. We'll see how it is. Also, I'm gonna be adding some coarse ground black pepper and some coarse kosher salt. A little more cilantro. Now there's a bunch of other stuff you can do to this. This is a basic Pico de Gallo. It goes with pretty much every Mexican dish. I mean, it's so useful for so many things. Right now, what I want to do now that it's mixed up is let it sit. So you really want this to come together. It's a side for anything like tacos, burritos, the quesadillas that we're going to be making later today. So definitely make this. It's so useful, it's so delicious, and you can add it to just about any meal. All right, so I'm going to give this a try, taste it, see if there's anything missing. It's not melded yet, but you can still tell if it's right, if it's the right proportions. Yep. That is perfect. This is so fresh. If you have anything that's really fatty or that you just fried, this is a perfect accompaniment to it because it's going to add that brightness and that fresh flavor that's going to offset any other fats or anything like that. So I'm going to set this aside, let these flavors come together, and you should definitely try this recipe out. Keep it in a bowl in the fridge. It's good for a couple days. It doesn't last more than 1 or 2 days unless you have it really sealed airtight. But this is something you can whip up right before a meal, and it just sets the meal off. It makes it that much better. So try this out. It's awesome. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.